What's up, guys? Dylan Moon here, and I just read the first chapter of Promised Neverland. I've seen all the hype and everything. I've seen how popular everyone thinks it is. I didn't know if I was going to read it or not. It looked interesting. I had no idea what it was about. I just knew it was about orphans. But, so I read the first chapter to give it a try. It was nuts, man. I did not expect that twist on it at all. I expected there to be a fucked up twist, but I expected it to be something that gradually happened, like later on. So, um, I was just wondering if you guys are watching this video, comment down below if you want me to live react to the chapters, because I'm about to read through it all, or if you want me to review them chapter by chapter, or if you want me to review them like every 10 chapters, like review chapters 1 through 10, review, or by arcs, like review, like it arc by arc. So, just comment down below what you would like, but it was fucking nuts. Like, I didn't expect that at all. I'll just give a synopsis to people that haven't read it yet, and then we'll get into spoiler territory of the first chapter. But it's basically about this orphanage of orphans get brought into this orphanage, and they have no memory of the outside world at all, and they all have a number on their neck, like a branding number. And they've never been to the outside world. They're not allowed in the outside world. They're in this orphanage with there's a gate out front, and then there's a fence like in the back, and they're not allowed to go up and touch the gate, and they're not allowed to go past the fence. And it's just like a school. They're like a family. They get like fed good. They get treated really good. They have like a mother that they all call mom that takes care of all of them. And once they get to a certain age, they'll get to leave the orphanage and go to like foster kids' parents. They'll get like foster parents, and everyone just wonders like what the outside world is like and shit. And our three main characters we get introduced to are the main character, who's Emma, and then the other main character, Emma's a girl obviously, and then we have Norman and Ray. Norman and Ray are like really intellectual types. So is Emma. Emma's like really athletic for a girl. Like she's more athletic than even Norman, it said. And these three are like just the top students at the orphanage. Like they get perfect test scores. They athletically, like they were playing tag, and like everyone like looks up to them and stuff. Their bosses and everything. And it's just like this like utopia. And it's introducing us to all this, and then it shows us that they have to take tests. Like they take like these really intense tests, which I still don't know how that's going to come into it yet, but they all take tests. They put on headphones and they have to do a bunch of problems, kind of like it's like really serious. But besides the test, like everything is like sick, everything's fine and dandy. They love their home, they love their family, they love their mom, but just none of them are allowed to see the outside world. And there's this girl named Connie, and this is all in this first chapter. She gets to graduate, in a sense. I guess it's not graduation, but she gets to leave she's of the age now. Like they're all 11, the ones that get to leave, and she gets to leave the orphanage, and everyone's saying goodbye to her, and she's like excited, and everyone's like jealous of her. They all have to wear white. They always have to wear white, these white uniforms. So she dresses up in just normal clothes, and everyone's like envious of it. And she has this stuffed animal that and the mother made it for her. And she talks about how much the animal means to her and everything, and then she says her goodbyes, and I'm still jawed by this. It's crazy. So she leaves, and Emma and Norman and Ray find her stuffed animal, and they're like, well, we gotta take this to her. And like at first they're like, Emma's like, should we take it to her? Like, shouldn't we just have mom send it with her later? And then Norman's like, no, I think she'll appreciate it more if we take it to her. So they pick the lock. They get out of the. Ray stays behind. Emma and Norman go outside of the orphanage, and it's nighttime, and they go up to the gate that they're never allowed like to go up to, and they go up to it, and the gate's actually open. They go inside of it, and there's this truck, and they're just like looking around for Emma, or not for Emma. They're looking around for Connie or for their mother, and they're just looking around. There's that truck there, Emma goes and opens up the it's kind of like an army truck. It's not like a pickup truck. It's like an army truck, and she goes to open like the back of the truck, like she opened, and she looks in, and Connie's laying in there, dead. She's just stabbed in the fucking chest, just laying there dead. And at this point, it fucking blew me away. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's dark. Like, I knew that something was. I obviously knew something fishy was gonna happen at the gate, like that. There was red flags all over the place. But when you just see that dead, like 11-year-old girl, it's fucking nuts. And so she freaks out and shows Norman, and then they hurry up and hide under the truck because they hear people coming, and they're under the truck, and these just huge fucking demons are around the truck, and they look so grotesque and crazy, and just like they really look like demons just because they look so just radical and insane. They don't look like some like badass looking like villain or anything. Like, they look like fucked up creatures. And this was just such a shock to me. Like, I thought that something like this might happen, but just like like not like this, but just I thought it'd be more gradual. So when I read this, it really like sucked me in, honestly. And they're hiding under it. They're hiding under the truck while the demons are talking about Connie, and they pick Connie up and just put her in like this tube, and one demon says to the other one like this, don't you think we can eat like a fingertip or something? It's like, Jesus Christ, this is morbid. And the other one goes, no, this stuff's only for the really this stuff's really expensive. It's only for the wealthy, only for the wealthy people. And it's just fucking nuts because there's some dialogue that basically indicates that the orphanage is a farm. Like, the orphanage is a farm, like, for these demons, I guess. And like, every single person that has ever graduated from the orphanage went on to foster care has just been eaten by these demons, and that's fucked up. So they're talking and stuff, and then the mother shows up and is just like straight faced, and she's just talking with the demons, like saying that she understands everything, and that like, yeah, they like gave her orders, and she was like understood. And right before Emma and Norman, how they were under the truck, the demon, as they're talking to the mother, says, wait a second, I smell something. But by that time, Norman and Emma had already like escaped and like ran back to the orphanage, but they forgot the stuffed animal. And the mother knew that the stuffed animal, that obviously that Connie had left her stuffed animal back at the orphanage. So the demons give the stuffed animal to the mother, and she's just kind of like, I'm pretty sure she knows, not who it was exactly, but just that like Connie didn't have that with her when she came. But the plot twist fucking blew my mind. Like, Jesus Christ, like, I have to read this now. So, and also, so at the end, at the end of the chapter, Emma's like, she's like having a mental breakdown. She's fucking 11-year-old girl, and she's like talking to Norman. And she's basically in denial. She's like, that's not what I just saw. Is it like, that's our, like, mother's our mother. Like, Connie's still alive. Like, she's going off to her foster parents and everything. And then Norman's like, no, like, you're not tripping or anything. Like, that happened. And then earlier in the chapter, how I said they were playing tag, Emma is like more athletic than Norman, but Norman always beats her in tag, and she can never know why, because she beats him in like every race. But then Ray tells Emma that the reason she loses in every race is because Norman is strategic, and she's not strategic. And at the end of this chapter, when they're having that talk, Emma's like, we have to, like, Norman's like, we're gonna get out of here, like, don't worry. And Emma's like, well, we can't just get out of here by ourselves. We have to take everybody with us, or they're just gonna get eaten. Like, we have to take our brothers and sisters with us, or they're gonna get eaten. And then she realizes that the way to do this, like the way to escape here, is just like in the tag game, through strategy. So it honestly, it blew me away. I did not expect something like that. It's fucking nuts. It's gonna be pretty morbid, I think. I mean, the very first chapter is about killing and eating kids. Like, like when you're reading it, you obviously know that like the story's gonna get fucked up. But I did not think it would go to from 0 to 100 that fast. But I would give it a 10 out of 10 on the first chapter. It was crazy. So I'm gonna probably go read more of it. Uh, like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below whether or not you want me to review every chapter, live react to every chapter, or to do it arc by arc, to do it every 10 chapters, or even if you just want me to get caught up and then live react to the current chapters that are coming out. I know an anime's coming out soon. I don't know if it's out yet, but just let me know, guys. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Dill is out.